There's been a lot of discussion recently surrounding Netflix lighting, or the streaming look, which is this kind of push towards soft, boring lighting that we've seen in a lot of movies in recent years. A lot of the time this can be attributed to an over-reliance on blue screen and green screen and execs not really knowing what they want to put on those screens, and so as a result they just play it safe and light everything just big and soft. Now, the problem with doing this is that your images just kind of end up looking boring, stale, and like lacking intentionality. Now, I saw the new Wuthering Heights movie last night, and there's been a lot of negative press leading up to its release. And the movie is 100% not immune to criticism, but what's kind of disappointing is that amongst all this negative press, no one's really talking about how stunning this film is visually. It's a film that says fuck Netflix lighting and instead wears its aesthetic inspirations quite openly on its sleeve, pulling a lot from like romance movies from the 1950s, having images pulled straight from the cover of old romance novels or bodice rippers.
Choo choo, moan the train.
Every frame is just brimming with intentionality and has this painterly quality, and in a time when it seems like movies are afraid of contrast, this movie doesn't shine away from lighting its main characters with hard light. You see, when film was the norm, the film stocks weren't that sensitive, and so if you were shooting on like a soundstage, you needed a lot of light, and so cinematographers would end up using more hard light so that they could just get an exposure for the cameras. But as digital cameras have grown in popularity, we've kind of started leaning towards a more naturalistic style of lighting, where basically everything feels like it should exist in the real world. And so it's really refreshing to see a movie kind of pull influence from older methods of lighting and just be more expressive with its cinematography, especially a big budget movie coming out now. And it really harkens back to a day when it was about showing a world that didn't exist and couldn't exist, and about making every frame as beautiful as you could. So I'm not going to talk about some of the other aspects of this movie or its faithfulness as an adaptation, because from everything I've gathered, it's not one. But at the same time, I don't think we should judge a film's quality based on how true of an adaptation it is. I mean, look at Jurassic Park. That's like way different from the source material. Or is it? I don't know. I've never read it. Did you even know that Jurassic Park is based on a book? I don't think it matters, because the movie is fucking dope. I just thought it was a bit of a shame that amongst all of this negative PR that the movie's getting, rightfully or rightfully not, that the fact that it is such a stunning movie that this team has put together. And I just kind of wanted to shout out DP Lena Sangren, production designer Susie Davis, editor Victoria Boydell, and of course the director Emerald Fennell. I think this team has put together such a textural buffet for us to enjoy, all wrapped up in this amazing soundtrack and score with songs by Charlie XCX. I mean, if you want to go into this movie and just enjoy it as this experience or a sensual feast, then I think you'll have a great time, especially if you're like me and have no connection to the source material. But what do you think? Am I just talking utter brown here? I'm just a big fan of the vibe of this movie, and I think that this team has done a really good job giving us something that feels refreshing and feels new by giving us something that's ultimately very old and very familiar. But those were all my thoughts. My name's Robin, and I'll see you in the next one. Slán leat.